Please welcome back to the mountain stage Grammy winner, Marty Stuart and his fabulous superlatives.
Just another stranger in a lonesome town. One more lonely night without a home. I can't sleep for looking back on all the wasted years. I've lived a life that's going, gone.
Today we are down at one of our homes away from home in Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia, as guests of the Birthplace of Country Music Alliance. Have been here many times, and when we're down here, we like to do things that have to do with country music, the tradition, the birthplace, and all of the roots and the branches of country music. And there's nobody who personifies that more these days than the man sitting next to me, Mr. Marty Stuart.
I always burn. Just another stranger in a lonesome town. One more lonely night without a home. I can't sleep for looking back on all the wasted years. I've lived a life that's going, gone.
Well, let me ask you this. Here we are in Bristol,
Yeah.
the place, the historic spot, the big bang of country music in Ralph Peer, 1927. What do you think when you walk the streets of Bristol? What comes to Marty Stuart, a man who is perhaps the biggest champion of traditional country music?
I feel like I'm home.
Yeah.
You know, Christian pilgrims go to Jerusalem when they walk the streets for looking for a field. Today I was walking the streets of Bristol with my camera, and seeing whether it's in a plaque in the sidewalk or a painting on the side of a wall, but you have to remember this is where, for you and me, that it started.
I got the California blues and I'm sure gonna leave you here. Hey. I got the California blues and I'm sure gonna leave you here. I may ride the blind, I ain't got no railroad fare. Oh, cousin, play the guitar.
And also, you are a collector of memorabilia and country music. How did that happen? You own guitars. Tell us some of the stuff that you have in your collection.
Well, probably the greatest treasure is Connie Smith.
Yeah, well, I won't call that a collection, but that's a pretty big deal.
In the early 80s, the treasures of country music. The first thing I noticed was a train case that belonged to Patsy Cline. Went up for sale in a junk shop in Nashville. I bought it for $75. And some of the old country stars' guitars that were like Opry stars of the 50s and early 60s were starting to get sold and brokered and going to Japan. And the old nudie costumes, the Porter Wagner looking suits, which looked like culture to me. And you know, that's what I grew up watching. Kind of like Native Americans, you know, they were like war plumes,
Sure,
you know?
yeah.
But they were getting sold and they were an embarrassment to the industry anymore. All these things were just winded up in thrift shops. So when I finally started making more than $2 in a row, instead of buying stocks and bonds, I went after the culture that raised me, which was the old country music pioneers. Hank Williams' manuscripts, Johnny Cash's first black suit, Patsy Cline's boots that she lost her life in. I mean, all the costumes, all those things. All of a sudden, the collection's like 20,000 pieces strong now.
Farther on, all the shadows will be gone. Fall or not, oh,
But Larry, somewhere along the way, in the past within the last 10 years, I thought, I have just about all of the stuff you could possibly get, just about everything that isn't nailed down is in my warehouse. But what I started noticing, more importantly than the stuff, was the music.
Yeah, the sound itself.
The sound itself was going over the air.
Yeah, nobody's doing it, and there's a lot of kids that've never heard it.
That's right. And there's very few outlets for it, and I thought we have to do something about this. People were complaining, but nobody was doing anything about it. I thought, how about we draw a line in the dirt and start playing country music again? Throw a line around the culture, love and embrace what's left of it, shore it up, represent it in the 21st century, write new songs that have old souls, and call it what it is, country music, unapologetically.
Well, I went to town last Friday night, tear the woodpile down. My race came with all my might, tear the woodpile down. Took a long head gal of mine, tear the woodpile down. She was looking mighty fine, tear the woodpile down. Tear the woodpile down, tear the woodpile down. All the way down to the ground, now tear the woodpile down.
This is it, folks. This is the real deal. You know Marty Stuart, and go see him live if he comes to your neighborhood, because he's touring. He's spreading the word that way. Check it out on television, and it's great to see you again.
Larry, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for
my
doing
pleasure.
this.